TIFU by putting ground coffee in my carry-on bag. I had absolutely no idea this would be an issue. I was recently on a vacation and stopped at a gift shop on the morning we were leaving. Found some really nice ground coffee to give as a gift. As I had already packed my suitcase, I threw it in my backpack and didn't give it another thought. Big mistake. My backpack got flagged at airport security. They took the coffee, searched my backpack, and had to actually open the coffee to test it for any illicit substance or explosives. I naively asked if they just wanted to keep the dang coffee, and they said that wasn't possible as they had already started the whole process. Supervisors were involved. I also had to get a full pat down, which, as we were on vacation with our children, was the most action I'd gotten all week. Tears of joy. I want to add that the TSA folks were friendly, kind and professional through the whole ordeal. They were just doing their jobs. In the end I got the coffee back, a good story to tell, and the ability to offer this advice. TLD, or never pack coffee in a carry-on bag. TSA probably won't like it. Lol. Once I visited North Carolina and brought back 2 whole country hams in a checked bag. TSA scanned my bag. The bones showed up, and they opened my bag to search. I think they had a good laugh that it was hams, not body parts, because I found a note in my bag when I got home. Now I'm forever known to some friends as the ham smuggler, rolling on the floor laughing. It's a common tactic used by drug traffickers. The scent of coffee throws the dogs off, and usually the packaging is foil lined so it isn't easily scanned in an X-ray. I once had a foxtail in my bag. They took it away, apparently to a lab, checked it with a microscope and everything. It was taxidermied. No biosecurity risk, but took them 20 minutes to confirm that. I took my mom's electric heating pad with us. It's weighted and filled with a sandy substance. My luggage got flagged and they tested it for explosives on the way and on the way back. LMAO. On my last flight I brought a pretty hefty novel with me. 1,200 pages I think. And my bag got searched. TSA took it out and said, "Oh damn, it's just a book." Quote, "Never thought that would have gotten me flagged lol." Interesting. Last year I took some ground coffee in a carry-on and no one noticed. And I would never have thought it would be an issue. Definitely something to think about for future trips. Was flying back to Canada from Jordan with my auntie, who felt the need to collect sand from all the places we went, by the pound, in wool socks. She got stopped real fast and had to prove that the big black blotches on the X-ray screen was just socks full of sand. XD, she'll never live that one down. We bought a fair amount of Jamaican and Cuban coffee from our last trip, and I'm pretty sure they were placed in both our checked and carry-on luggage. Thankfully none of them were searched. I would have been pretty upset if they had opened the Jamaican ones we intended on giving as gifts, since they were probably the most money I ever spent on coffee beans. Once I forgot a full clear disposable water bottle with no branding on my carry-on. Went in and out of 3 different airports due to scales and wasn't flagged. Then they flagged my bag on the 4th one, and I wonder how something so fishy passed so many control points. I flew through Heathrow and security reprimanded me for putting a bar of soap in my liquids bag. So, when I flew back through Heathrow on my return flight, I put the soap in my carry-on and they reprimanded me for not putting the bar of soap in the liquids bag. I once packed 20 pounds of pistachios in my checked bag that I bought on vacation. Needless to say, there was a kind note from TSA in my bag saying that the bag had been opened and searched when I opened it at home. I traveled once with a hair curler and a rice bag thing you heat in the microwave. I got stopped by TSA. I figured it was the hair curler. Nope, the rice bag thing. I went through customs a few years back with some loose-leaf tea. The agent was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to smell this." Didn't care much about my gummies though. Flying out of Denver Airport, I got flagged for a bag of dried cherries. Though it was a bag of buds. My mom used to always sweetly put some coffee and a block of local cheese in my husband's carry-on whenever we visited her. You know the issue with coffee. But guess what looks like C4 on the scan? A big square block of organic material, thumbs up, light skin tone. I've allegedly used this method to bring marijuana from friendly states to non-friendly states and never been stopped. Allegedly. My daughter bought a transforming Lightning McQueen car for her friend's wee lad, but asked me to stick it in her stinky in my carry-on, as mine was bigger. Sure, no bother. As we got through security, there was a lot of looking at my bag on the screen. The bloody car had transformed, but the door parts of it looked like a cooking knife. Fearful face worse when they opened it. Her stinky snuggly was right on top. This was a 20-year-old one-eared dog woman facepalming the looks I got. I came back from Peru with a bunch of coffee in my carry-on. Customs homeboy in Atlanta put his hand on my bag and asked, "What do you have in here?" I replied, "A couple pounds of Peruvian coffee and my stuff." He nodded, slapped the bag, and said, "Welcome back. Your mileage may vary, I guess." When I was 15, I went through an airport that swabbed random people's hands for bomb residue and popped positive. I was pat down and they had to go through my luggage and swab it. Apparently some chemicals in deodorant overlap, and that morning just had to be the day my deodorant exploded while I was rushing to get ready, and I hadn't washed my hands before making it to the airport. TSA is not looking for drugs. They were making sure it wasn't something explosive. Same thing happened when I brought Benefiber on the plane.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.